YouTube, what is up? We are back with another day. Today we're going to rip some snatches, we're going to rip some deadlifts, we're going to rip some jumps, and it's going to be a beautiful makeup for what yesterday's shit show of a bench session was. Just finished up a BP session where the barrel was hitting the ball hard and we were absolutely destroying the ball, and the swing is feeling absolutely disgusting right now. Been struggling with a little bit of sleep recently. Last night I got like 4 hours of sleep. The night before I got like 2 hours of sleep. I had this like toothache thing going on. It's been goofy. Circadian the rhythms, all sorts jacked up, but the body with the swing's feeling good. So I'm hoping the body with the snatch is feeling good, and we're gonna get after it. So let's rip, chop some wood. Let's get after it. So we're just gonna start out these snatches with this overhead. I'm gonna start in a squatted position, overhead squat jump in this snatch position. Goal is to get a little bit of leg drive at the bottom, but really just focus on catching that bottom position and get a couple more reps there as we warm up. For our regular snatches, let's go, let's get it. Oof. 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 Whoa. Let's go. Those are fun. Let's go 2 more sets there. I won't go crazy heavy on those. Just want to warm with the shoulders for that catch position. Then we'll get after some regular snatches and go from there. That is not a super fancy drill. That was just something I was playing with when I was warming up and messing around, and it felt kind of good. So we're just going to keep ripping it and hopefully get a snatch PR today. Let's go. So I was talking with a kid that wanted to get back into Olympic lifting. I think he had done it for like a month or two, but hasn't done it in multiple years. He was asking about how to Olympic lift without the pain on the wrist and without feeling beat up all the time. He was saying that last time he just hopped back into Olympic lifting after the watch when I was doing. He was talking about like, dude, all of my joints felt like they were destroyed. And honestly, I felt exactly the same way when I started Olympic lifting again, right? Like the wrist didn't feel amazing. They never got too beat up just because I was front squatting, and the swings in softball actually did build up the wrist a lot for that catch and the snatch. Like my back and my ability to absorb and decelerate the weight, it was just getting absolutely bodied, and it just was not used to it at all. But the brutal simple truth there is you just have to do it a little bit longer and let your body get used to it, and it will absolutely adapt. And right now I'm feeling phenomenal doing these Olympic lifts. I'm not feeling beat up at all. Shit, even the elbows cleared up a lot, and that's with my terrible catch position. So the body will adapt to what you do, and you just got to do it more. And I think it's very similar to shin splints, where they always pop up, and they always pop up when you spike volume, right? So if you're just starting Olympic lifting and it's your first time doing it and you're getting all gung-ho, especially if you're a strong guy in the gym and you can probably do more than you're used to and just throw a lot on the bar and meathead that weight up, it's gonna hurt for a couple weeks. You're gonna have to build up some tolerance into it, and the more you try to spike that volume, the more you try to spike the load right away, more pain you're gonna be in. So take it slow burn at the start. But even if you are getting in the Ola lifts, like one thing I would do is just start doing Ola lift variations in your warm-up before you get to your main lifts. Don't even treat it like a main lift right away. Obviously, that's coming from me, who has 1 rep maxed it over and over again. But if you have a little bit of self-control and a little less ADHD than I do, it's definitely a way to do it. Just start with your warm-ups. Start doing some overhead squats. Start hitting some light cleans in your warm-ups when you're doing deadlifts, right? Just sprinkle them in the same way you would with shin splints, where you don't want to spike volume right away. You don't want to go from no running to just a massive volume of running when you start football camp, which is super common, and then the shins and body start to fall apart because it's not used to the stimulus. Same thing with the Ole lifts. When you're not used to the stimulus and it's something new, and then you just load it up right away and you hit a bunch of volume right away, you're gonna hurt. Your body's not gonna be used to it. And you can either just press through and be all right with that, or just take it slow at the front end and don't destroy yourself, right? But I just don't want that to scare anybody off, that initial pain when it comes to Olympic lifting. Because after 3 weeks, after a couple months of doing them, you really do start to feel amazing with them. And I've really hit that stride the last 2 or 3 months. After like, I think we're like 9-ish months into this, 10-ish months into this Olympic lifting journey. And now I have no pain in the back, no pain in the wrist, no pain in the elbow when doing this stuff, as long as I'm being smart, right? The body adapts, allow it to adapt, give it some time to adapt, give it some volume to adapt, give it some stimulus to adapt, and you'll stay out of pain. And if you do have just slight pain, I'm not talking about a big injury, but you have something nagging when you are doing Olympic lifting and you just started up, just slow cook it just for a little bit longer, get through that pain phase, and your body's gonna start to adapt and feel a little bit better with that bar. And once you get to that point, that's when things start to really send, and that's the point that we're hitting right now, and it's feeling amazing. So let's get after this, let's go. One more set of those, then we'll just start snatching. Let's go. Honestly, the same thing goes for that front rack position when you're talking about front squats. I know that's a super common complaint that athletes have and that clients have, like, it hurts my wrist when I get into that front squat position. And for a lot of athletes, you have to think about the same thing when you put the first bar on your back. When you're back squatting, it hurt your back when you put it on your, I remember, dude, when I put that bar on my back for the first time, I'm like, dude, it's on my fucking bones, it hurts, right? And then the traps adapted, you got a little bit bigger traps, the bar doesn't hurt as much when you put it on your back, and it starts to feel good. It's the same with that front rack position. You just gotta do it more. more. You just got to put up with that pain just for a little bit longer. Simple adjustment you can do with the front rack position is warm up in all your front racks, and then when it gets too heavy to be able to hold it at all so you can still get a stimulus, just go zombie squat or cross your arms there. But definitely in your warm-ups, really start to build up that front rack position. But it's the same kind of principle, and it's the same question I get a lot about the front rack position. But a lot of it's just a rep game. And for some athletes, there's a little bit of mobility, but honestly, the best way to train the mobility for that front rack is just to do the front rack position and get after it from there. So don't overcomplicate it. You want to get better at a front rack, start front squatting a bunch and you'll get good at a front rack. Let's get after it. Oof. 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 Ooh. Oh, that's tough. God damn. A little bit of a send there on that weight. Definitely gonna get better at that. Let's get to some snatches. Got body there. Shit. Gonna be completely honest, I got absolutely fucking wrecked by that last set of those overhead squats, but they feel really money. I like the feel of those. Just gotta get those wrists and elbows a little bit stronger to catch that position. But they felt nice. I want to say they're an S tier accessory for them, but they're kind of fun. But let's get after these snatches. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, that first set felt incredibly sloppy, so I hope that that cleans up and feel a little bit better here. My goal is to slow off the ground, nice slow, not a full pause, but slow, 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 and then accelerate until we start to get decently heavy, and then we'll cut that. But right now it's a slow pause, almost a tempo pull, and then once I hit right above the knees, my goal is to accelerate. Just give myself a little bit of a focus on these snatches. I feel like once I give myself a cue or a focus on the Ola lifts, I clean everything else up much better, even if the focus is a little bit harder than just snatching. But I feel like a lot of times if I just start yanking the bar, it feels really, really go. So we're gonna go slow off the ground and then rip. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry for going non-verbal there for a little bit. We had a old person strength class spawn out of nowhere in that group. And I've had that happen a couple times where they came, but usually there's 3 people. And today there was 27 people in that little room with there's 4 racks. So it's kind of cool to see how much old people get after. They were interested in the straps and the Ola lifts, but I was a little too distracting for them to get their workout done. So we had to shift spots in the gym, and we're gonna get after it here. If we miss this lift, it's because it's the change in bar and change in platform, and we have every excuse built in now. So now we're just playing with house money. Let's go. Oh, come on. Oh, fucking A. Sloppy today, man. God. Ooh. Ooh.
Rough time records. Danny Beats Classic. To the left, I don't want no bad man in my life. To the left, don't want no bomber clock in my life. I'm taking, no, I'm taking, I'm taking, no, I'm taking, no, I'm taking. See, now my life is balanced. The past there is no remembrance. Now I they get assurance. So leave me to chop my rope.
Ah.